everyone, welcome back to my kitchen. My name is Mindy Banks. I'm the Flip Flop Chef. Today I want to show you how to make Vesuvio roasted chicken using Pampered Chef's cast iron enameled baker. I'm also going to show you how to make corn in the microwave using Pampered Chef's rock crock. And last, we'll make macaroni and cheese using the cast iron mini skillet set that you can use in the deluxe air fryer. So let's go ahead and get started. If you're new to my channel, I hope you'll click the subscribe button while you're here and come back and watch other videos later. Also, you can find all the links to my recipe community, all of my other social channels at theflipflopchef.com, so I hope that you'll check it out. And if you see any products in this video that you would like to purchase, I would love the opportunity to be your consultant. I'm a consultant with the Pampered Chef, and I do earn commission on the products that I sell, and I would love the opportunity to earn your business. So let's go ahead and get started on our Vesuvio roasted chicken. I have a whole chicken here, and I've gone ahead and rinsed this and patted it dry as best that I could. We're going to put this in our cast iron enameled rectangular baker, and I've got my aluminum foil in there so I don't forget. This has a roasting rack, and we are going to use that today. So let me go ahead and zoom in a little bit so that you guys can see what I'm going to do here. So you can use this roasting pan with or without the rack. For this particular recipe, I do recommend using the rack. We're going to also add some baked potatoes to this. If you've never made this recipe before, I encourage you to try it. It's actually an older recipe from Pampered Chef, but I think that you will love it. I'm going to take our chicken and I'm going to turn it kind of crosswise here on the pan. And the first thing that you're going to do is you're just going to loosen the skin on the chicken. And if you don't like handling raw meat, just put on some food safe gloves and you'll be all right. We're gonna slide some sliced lemons under here, and then we're gonna brush this with an oil, garlic, salt, and pepper mix. So let me rinse my hands real quick. I'll set this aside and make a little bit more room for everything else. All right. So we'll set this aside. We're going to use our Rapid Prep mandolin to slice our lemons. Now, if you've never seen the Rapid Prep mandolin in use, I do have another video that goes into a little bit more detail than I will today in this video. So you can find that on my channel as well. And this has a cool little kickstand so that you can prop this up when you're using it. But on the back, you're going to see these two dials here. So the first one is going to help you determine if you're going to slice, if you're going to make a French fry cut or a julienne cut. And then the other dial is going to tell you how thick or thin your cuts are going to be. We also have a perfect julienne cut and a perfect French fry cut. So you can use this on a cutting mat, or you can use the container here. So we're going to use the food tray, and I'm going to set this on slice, and I'm going to do maybe a 3. We'll see how that works. Place the food tray in here, and then to get this started, you're gonna first you're gonna open up this little window or door and place this food holder and food pusher in there, or take the pusher out, flip this around, and then you press, and then this piece pops right up. So I'm gonna take our lemon and I'm gonna just cut the end of it off so that I start with a flat surface. You're gonna put it right inside of the Rapid Prep mandolin, and then you're just going to press up and down on this handle. All right, and then take this apart when you're done. All these pieces are dishwasher safe, so I love how easy it is for this to clean. And you can just slide the kickstand down. This will go on the top rack of your dishwasher. Now, we have all of our lemon slices here. Let's go ahead and mix up our oil mixture. So I've got 2 tablespoons of Pampered Chef's garlic infused canola oil. So this is a delicious oil that adds a garlic flavor to the recipes, so I encourage you to get this and check it out. We're gonna add 4 cloves of garlic, and I have those already ready here. And we'll just use this little tray, which, by the way, this is part of our modular sheet pan set, and it can fit in the air fryer this size. So we've got our oil already in this prep bowl. We're gonna press our garlic. You do not have to peel it before you use the garlic press. Flip this over and you've got your garlic paper there. So we need 4 cloves of garlic. So you get to see me do this a couple of times. I think I can fit these 2 in there at the same time. And this garlic press is also dishwasher safe. I couldn't tell you how many years I've had this, probably I don't know, 18 to 20 years. So I've had this garlic press a really, really long time. It's dishwasher safe. We're gonna add some salt and pepper. Let me wash my hands again because I don't want to get garlic all over my grinder set. We'll add the garlic and the salt and pepper. You could also use a variety of rubs from Pampered Chef. So you could pick a rub that you like if you wanted to do something more than just salt and pepper. But these grinders have our pink Himalayan sea salt in one, and I have our peppercorn medley in the other. And this is a blend of 5 different peppercorns. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna take, let me move this out of the way. Take our chicken, and I'm gonna take these lemon slices and I'm just gonna slide them under the skin. So that's why it's important that you loosen the skin first, because then you'll be able to get more of these in. So we're gonna do both sides. Now this recipe does take a while to cook, so this is not something that you would do when you're short on time. This one is going to take 2 to 2.5 hours to roast in the oven at 350 degrees. So you want to make sure that you plan for this recipe, but the great thing is the other recipes that I'm going to show you today, I'm going to stick these other slices just inside, and the other recipes I'm going to show you today are really, really easy to make. So what we're going to do, let me wash my hands again here. Sorry, holding all this raw meat. I want to make sure I don't cross-contaminate anything. Okay, so we're gonna tie the legs together, and I have these cool rubber bands that they're actually food safe, oven safe rubber bands that you can get on Amazon. And so if you've ever put a ponytail together, you're basically gonna do this similar to that. You just kind of hook these together. I like to twist this actually, just to get those together, and there you go. And you can, I think I'll leave that there rather than tucking it. So there are the legs tied together. And let me wash my hands again. Hopefully I'll be done with the raw meat handling soon. Okay. So now what we're gonna do, we're gonna take 4 of our baked potatoes, and I've gone ahead and pricked holes in these. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna put 2 on each side. Let's see. There we go. Get those in there nicely. And let me just check something real quickly. All right, so one more time, rinse my hands. And then we're gonna brush this garlic, salt, and pepper mixture over the chicken. So I'm gonna stir this with my silicone basting brush. We're gonna brush this over the chicken and the potatoes. So you wanna make sure you get this covered nicely. And this adds such amazing flavor to the baked potatoes, so don't skip this step. Make sure you get that on nicely. Make sure we get enough on the chicken. So in this one container, you've got your chicken and your baked potatoes. Now, I'm also going to put in my probe. So we have our instant read thermometer, which has a magnet on it that you can actually put on the outside of your stove if it is a magnetic surface. So I'm gonna put this in kind of a thick part of the breast there, and then we're gonna cover this with foil. And doing this is gonna prevent it from getting over brown. So just gonna press this in. So you wanna make sure you put your thermometer in first. Let me open my oven. Okay, so I'm gonna transfer this to my oven, and then I will plug in my instant read thermometer so that I can keep up with this. But I'm gonna start out by cooking this for 2 hours and check the thermometer and make sure it registers at 180. If it is not quite ready yet, then what I will do is I will cook it for another 30 minutes after that. So let me pop this in and I'll be right back. Okay, so now we have our chicken in the oven. So that's the longest part. So I need to set a timer. I'm just gonna use my phone because I don't have my Pampered Chef timer handy. So let me just set a timer here. I'm gonna do 2 hours and then I will check it. And the really great thing about the Insta-Read food thermometer is, if you guys can look over here, you can see that I have it on the outside of the oven. And I can just easily check it and look and see what the temperature of the chicken is. So that's pretty cool. So let's go ahead and move on. We're gonna make our corn next. It's super quick, super easy. We're gonna use the Rock Crock Dutch oven, the Rock Crock Everyday Pan. You could use the Dutch oven if you like, but I'm using the Everyday Pan. If you needed to cook more than 4 ears of corn, then use the Dutch oven and you can stack them up. So in here, I have 4 ears of corn, and I've gone ahead and screwed on our corn cob holders. These come in this really cool storage box. So if you have an old set of Pampered Chef corn cob knobs, these are the same things. We just improved them a little bit, and you have a little storage container so that you can store them in your kitchen in a drawer and not have to lose them. So these are microwave safe, and they're also dishwasher safe, and you can use these on the stove top as well. You cannot use these in a pressure cooker, so make sure you don't use those inside of your quick cooker or Instapot. We're gonna add some water to this, and I don't measure the water. I just sort of hold it under the faucet for just a couple of seconds, and you can see, I don't know, 1.5 cups, 2 cups, no big deal. Put the lid on here, and then this is gonna go in the microwave for 15 minutes. If you wanna make this a little bit better, you can add fresh, like a stick of butter, half a stick of butter, or you can cut butter pats and put them over the top. I know that also adds calories too, but most people add butter on top of their corn once it's cooked, so you could do it either way, or you could do it both ways. It's totally up to you. I am not gonna put this in the microwave right now because the chicken's gonna take 2 hours. This is gonna take 15 minutes, so I'm not quite ready to cook this. So I'm gonna set this aside and we'll make our macaroni. All right. If you have our deluxe air fryer, you will love this recipe. We're going to make the macaroni, mix it in our classic batter bowl, but we're gonna bake it in this mini cast iron skillet set. So let me get all the ingredients over here, and I'll tell you how to do this, show you how to do it, and when we shred the cheese, we're gonna save some of it for our baked potatoes. All right, so for the macaroni and cheese, so easy to make. You're gonna take 1.5 cups of macaroni noodles. These are uncooked, dry noodles here. You're gonna add 1 cup of water. You're gonna add 1/2 cup of heavy whipping cream. You know this is gonna be good if it has heavy whipping cream in it. You can use a teaspoon of dried mustard, or you can use a teaspoon of Pampered Chef's Dijon Mustard Rub. And so if you're a Taste Bud subscriber, you may have some of this left. This is a great way to use this if you don't have enough for, say, a full recipe, but you have a little bit left in the bag. This is great. And if you're not familiar with our Taste Buds, be sure to check some other videos on my channel that go over what our Taste Bud subscription is. You'll love it. And this is the Dijon Mustard Rub. And I'm just gonna give this, I think I'll use this one, a quick stir. I'm gonna add salt and pepper, and then we're gonna mix in some cheese. So I've got my salt and pepper grinders here. We're gonna add that coarse Himalayan sea salt and the peppercorn medley. And if you're not familiar with these grinders, one of my favorite features is that they're easy to fill. My hands are a little bit sticky, or greasy I should say. You just take the cap off and you pour those peppercorns in, and you can get the peppercorns and the Himalayan sea salt when you shop with me. And if you're interested in shopping, you can click the shop button on any of the sites that you're connecting with me through, whether it's YouTube, Facebook, or if you're going through the flipflopchef.com. Either way. All right, we're gonna use our food processor to shred some cheese. This is such a quick and easy way to shred cheese. So if you haven't seen the Flex Plus, You're gonna get to see it tonight, and we're gonna show you just the food processor portion, but this is a cordless appliance, has 3 appliances when you purchase this. You're gonna get the food processor, the immersion blender, as well as a hand mixer. They're all cordless, battery operated. Oops, and something just beeped at me. I'm not sure what that was, so hopefully everything's okay over there. I'm gonna take this blade off. So this is the kind of like the multi-purpose blade. It's a chopping blade, and I have found if you just grip, so you're gonna grip right here and then twist this post out, that's the safest way for you to take the blade off. So you're never gonna use this blade and another blade. You always use just one. So I'm gonna place the post in there. We're not gonna use the slicing blade, but there is a thick and a thin slice. We're gonna use the coarse side of our grating blade here. Place this on the top just like that. And then we're gonna put our food processor lid on. This is the food chute and the food pusher. You're gonna have to have your power stick and a battery. So I'll leave the battery till right before I'm ready. Let me grab a little cutting board. Let's see. Well, I'll grab a big one. I don't know where a small one is. Cut the cheese out of the package here. And I leave the cheese in the fridge until right before I'm ready to use it. Okay, so you're gonna put your cheese in here. You're gonna put your battery pack on the top, and then there's a safety switch on the back. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna press that safety switch, and then I'm doing this backwards, increase the speed there to the highest, and then you're gonna be ready to shred your cheese. Now, whoops, I put too much pressure. That's what I was gonna tell you. And I need to turn this around because I'm doing this the wrong direction. You don't wanna put too much pressure on the cheese or it will clog it up. You just barely push on there just hard enough for it to go into the blade. So we'll take this battery pack off, power stick, and then we'll open the food processor. Most of the pieces of this food processor are dishwasher safe. The only part that you really don't want to put in the dishwasher is going to be this piece right here. This piece you can take this off, but you're going to want to wash these by hand, and don't let this piece be submerged in water. So you're just going to want to wipe that clean, and that's everything else you can put right in the dishwasher. Okay, so we have our cheese. We're gonna take half of this and put it inside this macaroni and cheese mixture. We're gonna save the rest to go on the top. And this is gonna go in our deluxe air fryer on bake for 24 minutes, and you are going to switch those trays halfway through, okay? So that's so you don't burn the cheese on the top, because the one that's going to be on the top rack of the air fryer, it will burn if you leave it there too long. Okay, so we've got 2 of our mini cast iron skillets in this set, and so what we're going to do is we're going to pour in, oops, move this out of the way. Put half of it in each skillet, and I like to scoop this out and then pour the liquid on the top. That way don't end up with too much liquid in one and not enough in the other. So you're gonna just split this as best you can evenly between the 2, and I sort of press it down. We're gonna pour this over the top. Same thing over here. And I'm pushing down on this because you want to have most of the noodles covered if possible, because whatever you don't have covered may come out a little bit crunchy. I made a mess here. Let's toss that in there. All right, so I'm kind of pressing down. And then cheese on the top. And this is a sharp cheddar, but you could use Colby Jack, you could use pepper jack, really whatever cheese you like, you can use. And I'm gonna save a little bit of this cheese for our baked potatoes. And my kitchen is already smelling so good from our Vesuvio roasted chicken. I haven't made this in years, so I can't wait to have it. And I like using the leftovers for other recipes like chicken salad. Okay, so these will go in the air fryer about 25 minutes before, or maybe probably 35 minutes before I'm ready to serve them, because they're gonna bake for 24 minutes, and then after they're done, I wanna actually let them kind of sit and rest for about 10 or 15 minutes, and that'll just cool it down a little bit, but it'll also thicken it up. So I'm gonna set these aside over by my air fryer. All right. And then I wanna show you one more thing that I have already prepared, and that is the bacon. I personally don't eat a ton of bacon. However, my husband likes bacon on, well, he likes bacon period, but he likes bacon on his baked potatoes. So I always make bacon in the deluxe air fryer so he can have like bacon bits. And so this is not hot anymore. I made this ahead of time. I have a video on my channel showing you how to make this from start to finish. So definitely check out that video if you want a little bit more. We're gonna pretend that this is hot. If this is hot, then you're gonna need to grab one side. Well, first you're gonna take it out of the air fryer with this retrieval tool. So imagine that you're reaching into your air fryer, you just pop this out of the air fryer. Take a microwave grip, these are now in gray. I just grabbed the first thing that came to me there. Flip this over on its side, and then you're gonna hook this piece, so this is the retrieval tool, and you're just going to, I usually do this on a surface that's not gonna wobble around, but you're gonna just pop that basket right open, and then you'll have access to what's inside. Like I said, this is not hot right now, but we've got our bacon. So I took thick cut bacon and cut it in half, put those strips in here. I put this in the air fryer on the rotisserie setting for 25 minutes. I do put 2 pieces of bread, like day-old bread, in the bottom of the air fryer in the drip tray just to catch all of that grease, and it also reduces any smoke factor that you might experience with bacon in the air fryer. So that is our bacon. And whatever you like to add to your baked potatoes, that's what you would want to make sure you have. So I like to have cheese, butter, and sour cream, and he likes to have cheese and bacon only. And so whatever you like on your potatoes, that's the great thing about baked potatoes. Everybody can have their own the way that they want it. So the Vesuvio roasted chicken, I will post pictures of that in my recipe community so that you can check that out. I'll also have the recipe there with the picture. You can find that at theflipflopchef.com. Just be sure to click the join my recipe community link from there. And you'll also find some other YouTube videos on that channel, a shopping button, and every way that you need to contact me. So if you have any questions about anything I showed you today, I hope you'll reach out to me, and I look forward to connecting with you at another time. Have a great night, and I'll see you next time.